to make the approach accessible to new teachers, we worked with CLEAS, the Coalition of Limited English-Speaking Elderly, to develop some 10 easy pieces, strategies for teachers to use no matter what lesson or no matter what unit in the curriculum they were teaching. So I just wanted to run through those 10 easy pieces with you and give you a preview. The first step is to have teachers check in and have a conversation with their students so that every day they find out what's new and what's up in their lives. You didn't see that on the tape, but that's how Karen found out that the Bosnian students really miss their gardens and they miss fresh vegetables, and that became the impetus for developing lessons that mattered. A second piece has to do with starting with something visual each time, and you saw plenty of examples of Karen doing that. Number 3 would be to keep students moving and keep them active. You saw a little bit of total physical response, but calisthenics is also incorporated into the lessons, or students may line up on the back of a wall according to how far from Chicago they were born or how old they are, or how many grandchildren that they have. Karen also gets involved here and there in showing students how English works. That is, she incorporates grammar lessons so they're not obvious grammar lessons. She shows students the patterns of English. So when she says, what time does the store open? And what time does the store close? And she draws attention to those structures, it essentially acts as grammar. A key component of the approach is number 5, to give students as many chances to talk as possible, both with the teacher but also with each other and in small groups. We didn't see much of that, but there is actually a great deal of group work going on across the curriculum. The teachers also try to reinforce learning through listening. And that is, as we mentioned before, students don't get much of a chance to express their ideas when they still struggle with English, but they do get a chance to hear language spoken in real context quite a bit, particularly if it's reinforced through visuals and reinforced out in the community. Because students have a hard time remembering words, and because words are really the key, new vocabulary is really the key to language learning at the very beginning. There's lots of vocabulary development, and the flashcards help students to remember things. Another key component is to reinforce what has been heard. If language appears and then it disappears again, students don't remember, so it needs to come around in different contexts. And, of course, a cornerstone of the model is to take students outside and structure language and literacy tasks that they use beyond the classroom. And finally, we involve all students in taking pictures and telling their stories. As a follow-up to the lesson, Karen probably will do a language experience story. She also takes pictures herself, so you saw the pictures of the sweet potatoes that she bought, that she took with the digital camera and then printed up. So visual material, communication, and moving the classroom into the community is what this model has been all about. We invite you to think about what you do with your students, how you get them engaged in language and literacy, how you make the connections between what matters to them and language learning in the classroom, and adopt some of those strategies or share with us the ones that you use that work for your students. We have set up a web page where you can get some of the information about the model and where you get a chance to tell us about your teaching as well.